The Hopi Sinim say that we have now entered the end times. We have turned our face away from peace and working as caretakers of this earth. We still continue to play with the gourds of ashes, and now we would even try to control the weather itself. This is not the first time we have displayed this type of arrogance towards the earth. The problem with present-day society is that they think they are the only life form that exists upon this planet. They think that they are the only life form in the universe. They have an attitude of, there is only us. They are in many ways like ghosts, having no substance. You try to touch them inside, and nothing happens. They can be easily filled with anyone else's thoughts. They have no clue about how to call upon their own personal power because they have none. They are afraid to feel, for they do not know who or what they are inside where their spirit lives. It's upsetting. The waters are foul. And as it was prophesied by the elders aeons ago, the water can no longer support life in many regions. Even the ocean, the very sea itself, the mother of all life, is dying. These facts, added to the problems of the Hopi elders fighting a losing battle to save their own sacred grounds in Haute Villa, brought a great sadness to the elders. So the elders prayed. They sent their word out for the people to gather and pray for the earth. We can all do this right now. It was now yesterday. To pray for the earth and ourselves as a species. To have some form of an intervention that all might not be lost here. So, in 1994, on the spring equinox, people who heard their plea gathered in many nations throughout the world. The heavens have answered us. The blue, Kachina, and those who are our relatives are here. Now it is up to us. And so it is said that humankind was to be allowed one final warning. This warning was to come from the heavens, the sky. The star nations themselves would carry this warning to those of us who dwell upon the earth. This will be the warning of the blue Kachina. If we have not yet learned to live together in harmony, as brothers and sisters of one father and one mother, one father and one mother of us all, the end times will begin. In April of 1994, the Hopi elders waited for word from the United Nations. 1 year after the United Nations had declared 1993 as the year of Indigenous people, they were still waiting. This has to be repeated. They were ignored again for the 4th time. It might also be mentioned here that this is the same year that the UN adopted their policy of biodiversity, where they came up with a plan designed for eliminating 3/4 of the world population by the year 2021. That ain't gonna happen. Excuse my country bumpkin language. Damn. We can change it. But there are no contracts with our governments and the extraterrestrials, right? No, not right. The Hopi have returned home, and they will now wait for the third shaking. These are the final days. This is the last cry. Ghost Wolf, an author's note. The story of the Blue Kachina is a very old story, very old indeed. I have been aware of the story of the Blue Kachina since I was very young. I was told this story by my grandfathers, who are now between 80 and 108 years of age. 108 years. Ancient. Frank Waters wrote about the Sasquatch, the Blue Star Kachina, when he wrote the book of the Hopi. It was told to me that the first Blue Kachina would start to be seen at the dances and would make his appearance known to the children, dance to the children in the plaza during the night dance. This event would tell us that the end times were coming near. I see little blue orbs out here in the canyon. There's no light pollution. I see red and white ones too. Green. Little Christmas lights. At this point, the Blue Star Kachina would physically appear in our heavens, which would mean that we are in the end times. In the final days, we will look up into our heavens, and we will witness the return of the two brothers who helped create this world in the birthing time. Propaganda is the guardian of our North Pole, and his brother, Palangawahoya, pardon if I did not say that correctly. This is the guardian of the South brother and of the South Pole. In the final days, the Blue Star Kachina will come to be with his nephews, and they will return to the earth. They will return the earth to its natural rotation, which is counterclockwise. This fact is evidenced in many petroglyphs that speak of the zodiac and within the Mayan and Egyptian pyramids. The rotation of the earth has been manipulated by not so benevolent star beings. The twins will be seen in our northwestern skies. They will come and visit and see who still remembered the original teachings, flying in their batsuvotas, or flying shields. They will bring many of their star family with them in the final days. The return of the Blue Star Kachina, who is also known as Nang Ga Sohu, will be the alarm clock that tells us of the new day and a new way of life, a new world that is coming. This is where the changes will begin. They will start as fires that burn within us, and we will burn up with desires and conflict if we do not remember the original teachings and return to the peaceful way of life. Not far behind the twins will come the purifier, the red Kachina, who will bring the day of purification. On this day, the earth, her creatures, and all life, as we know it, will change forever. There will be messengers that will precede this coming of the purifier. They will leave messages to those on earth who remember the old ways. The messages will be found written in the living stone, through the sacred grains, and even the waters. Crop circles have been found in ice. I didn't know that. That's wild. Cool beans. From the purifier will issue a fourth great red light. All things will change in their manner of being. Every living thing will be offered the opportunity to change from the largest to the smallest thing. Those who return to the ways given to us in the original teachings and live a natural way of life will not be touched by the coming of the purifier. They will survive and build a new world. Only in the ancient teachings will the ability to understand the messages be found. It is important to understand that these messages will be found upon every living thing, even within our bodies, even within a drop of our blood. All life forms will receive the messages from the twins. Those that fly, the plants, even the rabbit. The appearance of the twins begins a period of 7 years. And that 7 years will be our final opportunity to change our ways. Everything we experience is all a matter of choice. Many will appear to have lost their souls in these final days. So intense will be the nature of the changes that those are too weak in spiritual awareness. They will go insane. For we are nothing without spirit, or nothing without a soul, heart. They will disappear, these beings that are soulless, as the purifier is eradicating them from this planet. For they are just hollow vessels for anything to use. Life will be so bad in the cities that many will choose to leave this plane, some in whole groups. Only those who return to the values of the old ways will be able to find peace of mind. For in the earth we shall find relief from the madness that will be all around us. It will be a very hard time for women, especially women with children, for they will be shunned, and many of the children in these times will be unnatural. Look at the last 20 years. Look at the last 40 years. Some of these beings from the stars, and some from past worlds. Some will even be created by man in an unnatural manner and will be soulless. Many of the people in this time will be empty in spirit, and they will have sampaku, no life force in their eyes, like dead eyes. As we get close to the time of arrival of the purifier, there will be those who walk as ghosts through the cities, through canyons they will have constructed in their man-made mountains. Those that walk through these places will be very heavy in their walk. It would appear almost painful as they take each step. For they will be disconnected from their spirit, and thus disconnected from the earth, thus disconnected from their mother, being that created us all. After the arrival of the twins, they will begin to vanish before your eyes like so much smoke. This kind of sounds like something that it just syncs up to I'm not sure if it's Catholic or Christian. Yada yada. It's all the same trip, but I prefer this one because we can redirect it. These that are walking heavy in each step, these people that are disconnected from their spirit and the earth, will appear with deformities, both in the mind and upon their bodies, both evident and definitely evident if you're paying attention, not evident if you're not paying attention. There will be those who walk in the body that are not from this reality. For many of the gateways that once protected us will be opened. There will be much confusion between sexes and children and their elders. Life will get very perverted, and there will be little social order in these times. Many will ask for the mountains themselves to fall upon them just to end their misery. Still, others will appear as if untouched by what is occurring. The ones who remember the original teachings and have reconnected their hearts and spirit. Those who remember who their mother and father is. The Pahana who have left to live in the mountains and forest. When the purifier comes, we will see him or her first as a small red star. You see, it's not really gender. It's not gender specific. Star could be like a comet. Just think outside the box. This star will come very close. It will sit in our heavens, watching us. Watching us to see how well we have remembered the sacred teachings. The purifier will show us many miraculous signs in our heavens. In this way, we will know Creator is not a dream. I never needed proof. Even those who do not feel their connection to Spirit will see the face of Creator across the sky. Things unseen will be felt very strongly. Many things will begin to occur that will not make sense, for reality will be shifting back in and out of the dream state. There will be many doorways to the lower world that will open at this time. Things long forgotten will come back to remind us of our past creations. All living things will want to be present for the day when time ends, and we enter the forever cycle of the fifth world, ad infinitum. We will receive many warnings allowing us to change our ways from below the earth as well as above. Then one morning, in a moment, we will awaken to the red dawn. The sky will be the color of blood. Many things will then begin to happen that right now we are not sure of their exact nature For much of reality will not be as it is now. There will be many strange beasts upon the earth in those days, some from the past, and some we have never seen. This is a vision. The nature of mankind will appear strange in these times. We walk between worlds, and we will house many spirits, even within our own bodies. After a time, we will again walk with our brothers from the stars, and we will again rebuild this earth, but not until the purifier has left his mark upon the universe. Indelible. I'm questioning indelible. No thing will go untouched, here or in the heavens. The way through this time, it is said, is to be found in our hearts and reuniting with our spiritual self. Getting simple and returning to living with and upon the earth and in harmony with her creatures. Remembering that we are the caretakers, the fire keepers of the spirit. Our relatives from the stars are coming home to see how well we have fared in our journey. And I'll just state, hope is a verb with her sleeves rolled up. A hoe.